guys, this is the second easiest boondoggle projects you could do. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. The next thing you could try is it's called a like a phone thing, like a microphone cable thing, telephone cord. I forgot like what's like the real name, but it just looks like this. It's kind of like difficult. Yeah. And I forgot to put this in my other video, but it is kind of difficult to do. And it's just you put beads. What you do is you put a bead, put a square stitch, then put another bead and square stitch. So it is tricky to do. The next tricky thing, well, it's just the second easiest, I guess, is this like kind of like design of a super something. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I cannot talk today. Ah. Super brick, sorry. I could not talk today. Super brick, and you just place the strings differently. And I can show you guys how to do any of these, by the way. Then the next, I guess I can go over this one. They might not be in like an order. I'm just showing you like what I feel like is like trickier. So there is this stitch, which is the crisscross stitch, and you can kind of tell they're crisscrossing here. Let me show you another one. You can kind of see it better here, but they crisscross. And I can show you how to do that as well. And this is just brick. The stitch is these like, it's like swirling around, but straight. This stitch is really good. Once you know how to do corkscrew and super brick. I really like it. The next thing you can do is super twist, which is really easy. And it just basically it's wall. And then this is wall. The next stitch would probably be quad. You can kind of tell it's quad. Yeah. Just looks like this. And it is easy to do. It's just like 4 squares together, kind of. And after that quad, it'd be like tornado. So this is tornado. The stitching is not really different from quad, but for an example, here. This is how the tornado stitch looks like. It's not different. Then after, I forgot to show you this one. It is wall with 2 twists. That is it's like a combination, but like this is just like a regular wall. Yeah, this might be my combination video. The next thing you could try, like this is kind of hard, and it's called the double foot butterfly stitch. The next stitch that would probably be good for you guys. Would probably be the chain link stitch. So this is what it looks like. It's just separation with super brick. This is one way to do the chain link. The other way to do a chain link is my this way I created. Well, like I didn't create it, but yeah. I can show you how to do both of those as well. the next stitch. These neck stitches get a little bit difficult and tricky. This is a little like project I created actually, and it's the guitar project. Now you can kind of tell it looks like a guitar. You need to know quite a few stitches for this. But yeah, this is the guitar project I can show you guys how to do. Here's the other one. You can't really tell, but yeah. So yeah, it's a cute little project to do as well. I have 2 more projects, or 3 technically. This project here is the circle stitch. Now, if you can tell, there's like doubling strands here. Like doubling strands. You can tell like there's like that yellow and purple. Yeah. And this is really tricky to do, and it's really hard, but it's not impossible. And here's just another like example. You can kind of tell like the green, the yellow, the green and the yellow, and the red and blue, that they are switching because these strands like they just yeah, they're just folded onto each other every time you do a stitch. And that is really hard. I can show you how to do that as well, but it might be tricky for some people depending on your string. Yeah. Okay. This next project is kind of difficult to do for some people. It is the fluted column stitch. Now, if you can kind of see it, yeah, and it just looks like this. Fluted columns. This is the bottom stitch, and you need to know how to do square, super brick, and yeah, I think that's it for this fluted columns. Then there's this stitch. I was debating on whether putting this in my other video because it is really tricky. This is the last project I have, and it's called the what do you call it? It's like the crisscross fluted columns type stitch, and it looks like this. Now it is really tricky to do, but not impossible. This is the bottom. You can see it, and the sides. So it's similar to the fluted columns, as you can kind of tell. So yeah, this is really easy. I can show you how to do it, and yeah. Stay tuned for my next video, and bye.